p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. It's Wines du Jour on CRN with our very own Les Kincaid from Las Vegas. What's the show about, Les?
Well, every week we do something very unique. We bring in 3 wines from a particular winery, and we have a group of local people come to an upscale restaurant. We taste the food from the restaurant to pair with each one of those wines, and we have a great time doing it. We talk about the wines, we talk about the food, talk about the restaurant, and of course that's about it.
All on CRN. Don't miss it. It's the PM Show Weekend Edition on Sports. I'm Michael Horn, and the star of our show is the All-Pro defensive end, the Sultan of safeties, 2 safeties in one game, a record that still stands in the NFL today, and an all-star, incredible actor, the one and only Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thank you so very much, and welcome to the show. We have a nice little slice of sports for you. We got 1 hour to work with here today, so we want to move along with a lot of this stuff. There's pro football. There's baseball that is looming. I know that a lot of the people, a lot of my friends are feeling the Arizona heat on their neck as we speak. People who are thrilled to get in their car and take Highway 8 out to Phoenix and out to the Arizona area to see the Dodgers.
What about Florida is a big area too, right?
Yeah, well, I don't care about Florida.
You don't like?
No, I don't.
Come on, the Yankees and all the.
No, honestly, I don't. I know they're there, and God bless them. They're doing their deal. But I'm worried about Arizona and the Dodgers and the Angels and the local guys. I'm a baseball fan, as most of you, I think, know.
I don't think they know that. I don't think they realize you played baseball for many years.
Yeah, I did.
In college until you ruined your arm. You were a pretty good pitcher, weren't you? Strapping good old right-hander. You could really bring it.
I did not play in college. I
was high school?
I was on my way, but
that's right.
My arm didn't make the trip. So and then I turned to football, and I got stuck in that mud hole.
Well, but that was a pretty good career for you. You can call it the mud hole. Let me ask you a question. You are very, you talk a lot about the proper way to play football. My gosh, you've given kids, lectures. You were, last week here on the show, you were on the phone because you were going to talk about tackling.
I want
to just quickly about baseball. You ruined your arm in high school. Is that a chance that, that can happen? I mean, do kids not do the right proper things and throw in the baseball in high school where they need to know what's going on?
Well,
so they may have
I'm sure some do and some don't. A young arms should be watched carefully.
Okay.
I was one of those that wasn't watched carefully.
Because you had a lot of speed, so you just kind of took it all.
Well, you know what it was, and this isn't to make excuses or to shine the light on other people at the time. I was naturally a sidearm pitcher, and there was movement to make me be an overhand pitcher because on the gun I was actually faster throwing overhand. But that doesn't mean anything. I was most comfortable and most durable being a sidearm, sometimes even a sinker below.
So you could get a sink on that. You could get that ball to tail.
I could move it around pretty good and
sidearm, but they wanted you to go overhand over the top to bring a little more speed to it.
Yeah, and do the classic over the hand breaking ball, 12-6 type of deal. But I was mostly interested in sidearm. I was deadly against right-handed
were you really?
Hitters.
They were bailing on you, weren't they?
Oh man, I come from behind third base with a pretty good fastball.
I can see every inch of you standing over there looking down, kind of like the Don Drysdale of your high school team.
But it's one of those things in life, and that was then, this is now. We've got an awful lot of stuff to talk about.
Got a lot to talk about. I just wanted to get that out of the way because I was just curious about you.
And when we come back, we'll get into the NFL playoff, AFC, NFC championship game, the Super Bowl stuff. We'll handicap some stuff for you. We'll talk about baseball, talk about Lakers and Kobe, and a bunch of other stuff. So hang in there.
We're televising live, by the way, at crntalk.com. We do the show live Wednesdays at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. Tomas got a great screen going up here now, so if you want to see us, duck in and look. If you listen on the weekends, settle back, relax, check us out on YouTube. You can see the video portion on that.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618. It's
the PM Show Weekend Edition on Sports, brought to you every week here on CRN Digital Talk Radio, SportsUSA.com, all sorts of media all over the country. You can check it out, listen to the podcast, and the star of the show is the Sultan of Safeties, the All-Pro defensive end, and a great actor, Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thank you so much. Come on in, folks. Have a seat wherever you are. If you're on the highway, pay attention to the road. Just listen in, have some laughs. Speaking of laughs.
Yes. Beautiful picture, by the way. This is the best video.
Yeah, Tommy did a good job there with
Tomas. With excellent job
our in-studio lighting.
Yes.
No overhead lighting, ladies and gentlemen. Only fill lighting.
You, being an actor, many years, you know your lighting.
That's right. I do.
No overhead lighting.
That's right.
Just straight on fill lighting.
A little below the nose level.
A little
soft fill to the front.
And we've got regular studio lights in here, and they're at the low level.
That's right. And there's no light. These fluorescent lights, you might as well just unplug them. All right.
Okay, that's Fred Dryer. And you can check it out at crntalk.com to see the video.
Yes. Now here's a little ditty for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
As our dear friend George Putnam used to say. Here's a cutie for you.
Here's a cutie.
We're dealing with friendship with men and women.
Yes.
How each sex deals with friendship. Okay. Friendship among women.
All right.
A woman didn't come home one night. The next morning, she told her husband that she had slept over at a friend's house. The man called his wife's 10 best friends. None of them knew anything about it.
Didn't know a thing about it.
That's right. Now, friendship among men.
Yes.
How men would handle the situation. A man didn't come home one night. The next morning, he told his wife he slept over at a friend's house. The woman called her husband's 10 best friends. 8 confirmed that he had slept over, and 2 said he was still there.
Thank you very much. That's friendship.
That's loyalty, brother.
That's good.
Tommy, you agree with that one?
Yeah, Tommy likes that.
He's in there.
Tomas,
2 thumbs up.
Producing everything he's still sleeping over at my house, by the way, Tomas.
Well, he's still there. Actually.
He's still there, yeah.
Now listen, there's NFL stuff here, you know.
Go ahead, let's have it.
And so I'm a big believer in airing it out. You know I've said this a long time, and I continue to say it every year because it gets progressively worse. And that is, somebody has got to go through these rules in the NFL and start getting rid of this stupidity, these rules and regulations. It's government football, like I told you. And I know many of you, millions of you out there around the world who watched this Dallas Green Bay game.
Oh, boy.
And saw the game taken away from the Cowboys.
Dez Bryant's catch.
Dez Bryant makes the catch.
It was a catch.
It's a catch. And they now took 15 minutes to go through, send it back to New York, and now reinvent how people should catch footballs now.
Well, they said they had a rule.
Yeah, well, of course they have a rule. That's the rule I'm talking about. You got to get rid of these rules and the jackasses that make these rules, the rules committee. Honestly, this is how it works. Several years ago in Chicago, there was a game it's a regular game on a Sunday afternoon. It was Detroit at Chicago, and the wide receiver, the great wide receiver, for the Detroit Lions, catches a touchdown in the end zone. It's a touchdown. He's in the end zone, 2 feet. He now catches it, goes to the ground, and as he hits the ground and rolls, the ball is released.
But he hit the ground.
He has complete control in the arc of the play.
And when he hits the ground, that's when the ball comes
Now,
loose.
so he catches the ball. He has control of it. He has 2 feet down. He makes contact with the ground. And then as he rolls and follows through, the ball comes out.
Yeah.
Now, it is absolutely clear he has control of the ball. And then when he rolls over on the ground, he lets go of the ball.
Right.
Now they say it wasn't a catch. It's no touchdown.
Why?
Because they say you have to have complete control through the entire movement of the play.
Wow, that's a new rule they made up.
So they made that rule at that time out of that game. This rule,
so that rule was made because of that game.
You saw this rule in Green Bay against Des Bryant and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It robbed them of going on and going on into the NFC Championship
next level.
game.
Yeah.
So now you've got this rule that they had to come up with to protect the fact that they blew the call to begin with.
So they used this last weekend that old rule in that Detroit game
correct.
to justify
it came from
their
that
call.
play.
Gotcha.
It came from that play.
Gotcha.
If you go through the history of this stuff like I do and take a look at it and understand the genesis of it and the mindset, this game is no longer, you can't bet on these games, folks. You know, if you want to go out and have a bet for a Coke or a beer, that's one thing. But man, to get serious about putting money down on these games with stuff like this hanging over your head, to have that game taken away from people who bet on Dallas. You know, you and I had a bet. We both picked Dallas to cover the points.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, no, Dallas was, I think they were the underdog.
Yeah, they were 6 points.
So we took the points and picked the points. And so we won that game. Yeah, we won the game.
We won. That's fine. I'm not complaining about winning the wager.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this league is no longer dependable. It's not trustworthy.
I agree with you.
It's not trustworthy. I was with some friends, over at a friend's house, and he has a huge screen.
Does he have a TV too?
Yes.
Good, it's good.
Yeah. You need one of those.
Thank you.
Both of them.
Thank you.
And it's got a plug. You got to plug it in.
It's got a big screen and he's got a nice big TV too. Good.
So everybody's there watching this thing.
Yeah.
And people who don't know the sport looked at this play and said, that doesn't make sense. Now here's people who don't know anything about other than what they're looking at.
Now that's important. If you have laymen looking at that and say it's not important, that's your perception of what they think about the NFL and the game and the league and the players and everything.
Now, did I or did I not run outside and text you immediately?
You did. You were going crazy.
I couldn't take it. I'm still exercised by it, as you can well tell.
Let me just say this. You are much calmer today on the show than you were, and you're getting upset about it here now, than you were at the time. It was robbery. I think, I go one step farther. I think they can use some of these rules to maybe orchestrate some kind of outcome of some of these games on matchups they may want.
That's exactly what they did Sunday.
See, you agree with me. I think sometimes by that call.
That's the instrument of instant replay.
It's right.
Here's what it is, folks. Somewhere during your lifetime, as you walk along and you are carrying an object from one point to another.
Yep.
You fumble it, you lose complete control over it, but yet you maintain control. Right?
Right.
If you were to put that on instant replay, somebody would say to you, right there, stop it. Stop it, run it back.
See what you're doing, that's what you're doing.
You see that right there? You don't have complete control in the arc of this activity. So therefore, the end result is negative. We're now taking this play away from you. And this is where it's going. This is where it is. This is exactly like I used to kid a friend of mine. This years ago I said, instant replay is going to be used and will be used, and is now, to tell you don't know what you're looking at, that the game just isn't that easy to understand. And they're doing it. And this has really pissed me off about this league. The league is finished as far as I'm concerned.
You're getting it. This is the way you were on the weekend.
I'm telling you, that's the way I feel.
All right, we'll take a little break. You can email Fred incoming@crntalk.com. That's incoming@crntalk.com. It's the PM show with the one and only Fred Dreyer.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. If you haven't been to Columbo's, you don't know what you're missing. Delicious food. The steaks on this side are fabulous. The seafood so fresh and flavorful. Columbo's family Italian specialties are Southern California legendary, and the meatballs, the best in the West, North, South, and East. Plus service that's friendly but not fawning, and jazz every night, and it's also affordable. That's what makes Columbo's special, and they make special easy, whether for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's why when you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, making special easy every day. Columbo's, mangia.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Your home of great comedy, The Showroom at South Point presents Rob Schneider.
Guys are much more insecure.
Stand-up comic and veteran of NBC's Saturday Night Live.
You never hear a guy go up to another guy and go, wow.
January 16th and 17th.
You're a really beautiful guy.
Tickets at the box office, online at southpointcasino.com or charge by phone. 702-797-8055.
I like what you do with your eyebrows.
Rob Schneider at the South Point. Must be 18 or older. The Showroom at South Point presents singer-songwriter Tommy Rowe. Remember? Tommy Rowe, live on stage January 23rd through the 25th. Tickets at the box office, online at southpointcasino.com or charge by phone. 702-797-8055. Tommy Rowe at the South Point.
Jelly tight. You look a little naughty, but you're so polite.
We can get into that, you know.
PM show, we sure can. That's the voice of the star of our program here, the PM show weekend edition on sports. I'm Michael Horn. The man I'm talking to here is the star of our show, the all-pro defensive end, football legend, sultan of safeties, the star of Hunter. So many great TV shows, Land's Ends. He was on Cheers. You can go down the list, all the great movies. We're talking about the one and only Fred Dreyer, who, by the way, Mr. Fred Dreyer, you and I finally did it. We were 4 for 4 in our picks, even with all that crap with the calls and these terrible calls, including the one, the Detroit call that the NFL even admitted 2 weeks ago was a terrible call on their part. You and I were 4 for 4 because, Patriots were supposed to win by 7. They won, but they didn't. We picked Baltimore, so we win. Seahawks did cover the 10.5 points and then some that they were supposed to win by. We both picked Seattle. The Packers are supposed to win by 6. They won, but not by 6. We had the Dallas Cowboys. That's another win in our cap. And finally, the Broncos. Well, let's talk about that. I got to hear your comments on that game because the Colts out and out won that game, and we did pick Indianapolis because we were taking the points, but Indy won. What's going on there with these guys here in Denver? It's like it looked like the Super Bowl of the past. The quarterback kind of locked into his deal there. Manning not able to really take command of that game at all. The defense, you always say, Fred Dreyer, that the game is won at the line of scrimmage. They had him. Indianapolis had him at the line of scrimmage most of the game. They were on him.
Well, it is. That's where the sport's played, and that's where the Colts broke Denver's will.
Yep.
And the other thing that wasn't here, I'm going to go through it again. I was a color commentator in 1981 for CBS Sports. I worked 14 NFL games. I understand what that job description is about. And once again, we're not really told, number one, what the story, i.e. matchup is of the game. We don't know as a viewer how to watch the game from what perspective. The color commentators do a very, very poor job of understanding instant replay and how to use it correctly. They talk over instant replays and they're talking about something completely different. They're disjointed. The producing is terrible in terms of prepping the play-by-play and the color commentator and what's going on in the field and understanding the story. There's a through line on all of these games. And the game against Denver was simply this. They decided to take the window away from Peyton Manning by pressing the corners up at the line of scrimmage on the outside receivers.
So they pushed it in. They pushed against it.
And so Manning came out and realized, okay, it's man. It's man coverage because you got two corners are pressing.
Yeah.
They just said right away, we're going to take your two wide receivers out of the game.
Out of the game. We're pressing them right there.
And then left it for the other guys to get off the line of scrimmage and to pass protect. And they couldn't do it. And what you saw was a full on assault by a well thought out game plan by the defensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts.
All he had to do was look at the Super Bowl last year and see what Seattle did, and he followed that game plan.
Yeah, that's right. You take these people away. Remember, as I said earlier in one of our shows, and I'll say it again for clarification, is that Peyton Manning might be the best quarterback ever to play. Certainly, statistics are going his way with all of that. He's first and second in a lot of these categories. It means something historically. But the interesting thing is that I made a comment the Sunday that he broke the record of 508, 509 touchdowns, right? In a career.
In a touchdown career.
And it's wonderful. God bless him. He's to be congratulated. But the asterisk is, and which nobody talked about except me and you, was the fact is that he was the benefactor, as many quarterbacks of his generation have been over the last 10 years, of the rules of the rule mongers and these morons that not only are responsible for the Des Bryant bad call, but they're also responsible for institutionalizing this penalty against cornerbacks, defensive backs that jump on receivers and have to come off of them suddenly.
That's a rule
after
now.
5 yards.
After 5 yards, you can jump on the receiver.
There's no reason for safety. There's no other reason than to engineer the outcome of a game and to manipulate and to
make it a high-scoring game.
High-scoring games. So Peyton Manning is to be celebrated because, God bless him, he's the best. At the same time, he's also been the benefactor of incredible rule changes that have destroyed, I think, the historical elements of the sport. And when we come back, I want to talk about how that relates to baseball.
Really?
Yes.
All right, so that's covered over to baseball. Hey, the owners want what they want. They want high-scoring games. They want more excitement. They want butts in the seats. That's how they get it. They get more advertising revenues. That's the deal. You're listening to the PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Fred Dreyer. Email Fred incoming at crntalk.com. Follow him on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
So we're going to talk about Dandy Don's Ice Cream Sundae Bar in a Box. The Sundae Bar in a Box is $149.95. What that is 25 ice cream sundaes and all the toppings, all shipped to you with dry ice overnight. And you can have your own sundae bar. 25 scoops of ice cream, and you choose the flavors. 10 toppings, which is hot fudge, hot caramel, strawberry, marshmallow, whipped cream, stem cherries, rainbow sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles, peanuts, almonds, M&Ms, Oreos, granola, chopped up sugar cones. How do you get it? You go online to dandydons.com, DANDYDONS.com, and click on ice cream sundae bars. Like I said, you can pick your own ice cream flavors. Choose your own ice cream flavors. And what does it cost? $149.95 plus shipping. Go to dandydons.com and order it. DANDYDONS, Dandy Don's homemade ice cream. Bye.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
As a retired teacher, I look for ways to save money for the things I love, like traveling the world. Medicare plans change each year. Fortunately, my Health Mart pharmacist helped me understand my insurance, saving me money on prescriptions. And they can help you too. My pharmacist cares about my health and the things I love, whatever that might be.
Health Mart, caring for you and about you. Visit healthmart.com for the locally owned pharmacy near you.
This week on The Revolution with Jim and Trav, that's presented by Outdoor Channel.
It's 2015 and we're going to do some small game hunting and trapping. Plus we're going to talk about some outdoor trade shows, Jimmy. And we'll be joined by Miss Bunny, plus Driven TV's Pat Nicole Reeve, survival expert Tim McWelch, as well as Derek and Rob Campbell of the new hit series The Reluctant Outdoorsman on Outdoor Channel. And it's presented to you by Outdoor Channel and OutdoorChannel.com.
Saturday mornings at 7 o'clock Pacific Time on CRN, Digital Talk CRN2.
PM show, weekend edition on sports from CRN Digital Talk Radio. It is fun to do this show. I hope you have a lot of fun listening to it because you get insights into sports that you normally do not get on any sports show anywhere in the country. And we're even talking about the color commentators on TV. The star of our show is Fred Dreyer, himself an NFL legend, all-pro defensive end, sultan of safeties, 2 safeties in 1 game, played for the Los Angeles Rams, played for the New York Giants. He is an incredible guy and a great actor with also many great TV shows, Hunter, Cheers, Land's End, you name it. He was in these Crisis here last year. And just before that break, Fred Dreyer, thank you for doing this show, by the way.
Yes.
You were saying how these rule changes in football have orchestrated changes in the game, asterisks maybe on records, and how that also affects what you say baseball. What do you mean?
That's right. Now, if you take a look at what the outrage in Major League Baseball is in the steroid era, you will know that it is the impact it has had on the record book. It is the Bible of the sport. It is the sacred sanctity of Major League Baseball records, wins and losses, and every stat that you can possibly imagine was being jeopardized by an era of players that were using steroids to establish a new paradigm of personal bests and league and historical levels. Everybody was now, Barry Bonds was now hitting baseballs out into the ocean. You know, he's got 75, 76 home runs.
In a season,
and he overshadowed,
Babe Ruth and Roger Maris.
Roger Maris and all these guys and Hank Aaron, people who didn't cheat, as it were. And so these people are reviled. These people will probably never get into the Hall of Fame. And they should, with an asterisk by their names, they should be put into the Hall of Fame.
You're talking about Barry Bonds. He still is not in there. He has this record of all these home runs, yet he's not in the Hall of Fame because he's got this steroid thing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who have the stigma of the steroid and all that stuff. But here's the point. Why is it okay in baseball to care so much about statistics and the history and the legacy of the sport and not care about it in pro football?
Interesting.
Why is it okay to make rule changes in pro football that so dramatically change not only each game, but historical performances?
In other words, Peyton Manning getting touchdown passes because he is the beneficiary of a rule change that says the defense has to pull off him after 5 yards off his receivers.
They're penalizing defense to
and nobody's talking about
offense.
That. Nobody's talking about it. But in baseball, they're saying you can't put Barry Bonds in because he might have done steroids. We don't know that for sure, but he's not in the Hall of Fame because of that.
And I've got a piece of paper here now. It says Major League Baseball owners honors Selig at their annual meeting in the desert, Paradise Valley, Arizona. And he said 22 years he was the potentate of Major League Baseball. 80-year-old man, just turned 80, and 22 years in the steroid era. That's his legacy. The legacy is that the big part of his legacy will be the development of a strict drug policy and 20 years of labor peace.
You're talking about Bud Selig, the old commissioner.
They're going to celebrate this guy because there was no strikes. Number one, everybody didn't lose money. That's number one. Number two is he's the genius that came up with a drug policy in the face of, this is outrageous, in the face of presiding over a league that was rampant with steroid use. Rampant. It changed the sport forever. Now, they're going to celebrate this guy, but the owners, it's okay for National Football League owners, those drunks, those alcoholics to get together and now start to say, I think we got to make a rule change that says, we've got to take, instant replay. And we got to look at every touchdown. I want to see every touchdown and make sure it's a touchdown. And so they do. And what they've done is they've not only destroyed the integrity of the sport as we saw in Green Bay last Sunday.
With that bad call.
The historical elements and the very foundation of the sport itself was wiped out when they made these rule changes that affected the outcome of games. This is a disgrace. Nobody's talking about it. Not one newspaper reporter has challenged Bud Selig's record. Not one newspaper reporter, not one baseball man has come forward and said, look what pro football did here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what Fred Dreyer just said about pro football. Let's take a look about what he said about the owners and the rule committees. Let's take a look about what is going on in Major League Baseball. Who is Bud Selig? How did the players get away with 20 years of drug use while he was the commissioner?
I heard today.
How did they get away with it if this guy's such a great guy and they're going to celebrate it?
Yeah, for 20 years he came up with the drug policy, but they got away with it. I heard Jillian Barber, who's a radio host. She was television. You saw her on NFL Sundays, and she was married to a baseball player. And she says, while she can't say that her husband did this, she knows she saw the guys would take the energy pills, the uppers, to go ahead and get themselves up for a game playing baseball, and it went on for years prior to all these drug policies policies and all that stuff. That's the way they played. And then she said they'd come down afterwards and they'd be a real piece of work when they collapsed afterwards, but they'd want to bring themselves up to get themselves really fired up for the game to make it happen. Nobody investigated that for so many years. Well, it went on and on and on.
In the history since the turn of the century.
There you go.
I mean, but we're not talking about steroids. You know, and my view is I think everybody should be allowed to take everything. How about that? Just take the lid off of everything. And don't penalize anybody for doing anything. You still have to make contact with the ball to hit it in the ocean like Barry did. I don't care if you hit this 75 home runs. You hit, Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame with an asterisk and an asterisk next to Bud Selig's name saying, yeah, I was there. I okayed Barry taking dope. Yeah, I saw him hit those home runs. And you know what? So what?
So you believe you could still, if a Barry Bonds was there and can hit it in the ocean, you believe there should be a brushback pitch then too. You can knock him from the plate on the other side of the coin.
And what is all this armor all of these guys are wearing? Take the armor off and stand in there like Mickey Mantle did. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, this is a joke, and they're celebrating this guy, and they're celebrating the rule changes, and it's a joke. Des Bryant scored. That's all I know.
PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. That's Fred Dreyer. I'm Michael Horn. Straight ahead, we continue on CRN.
Inventory isn't about products, kid. It's about money. Products sitting on shelves is money sitting on shelves. I hate overstock. I hate understock. I hate wasting time. I hate wasting money. That's why I love Grainger. Grainger KeepStock Solutions help us manage our facility's inventory, so we have exactly what we need when we need it. No more, no less. It's inventory management my way. Get it? Got it? Good. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock for more information. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For 20 years, you've trusted Lumber Liquidators for the best deals on the best selection of floors. Well, this week, get even more deals in our January flooring sale. One beautiful hardwood, get pre-finished solid hardwood from $189. How about gorgeous bamboo that's twice as hard as oak? We've got strand bamboo for $219. Looking for top quality laminates? This week, get almost half off our thickest and best laminates, plus other great flooring deals. And 18-month special financing. Don't wait. The January flooring sale's going on now. Visit LumberLiquidators.com to find a store near you.
Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost you thousands. But with the PMI Advantage from Quicken Loans, you may never have to pay those expensive monthly mortgage insurance premiums again. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I'm excited to tell you that the Quicken Loans PMI Advantage is our lender-paid mortgage insurance program. You see, we pay the PMI so you don't have to. Make the smart call and talk to one of our home loan experts today at 800-QUICKEN. You'll learn how the Quicken Loans PMI Advantage can give you more options, more flexibility, and may save you thousands when you refinance. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. To learn more, call us at 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit us at QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed all 50 states. And MLS number 3030.
PM Show Weekend Edition on sports on CRN Digital Talk Radio, Sports USA, radio stations, cable systems everywhere across the country. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, the All-Pro defensive end, the Sultan of Safeties, the football legend, and the acting legend, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
What segment is this, buddy?
This is the fifth segment, and I must say, one final thought here on this this catch here, Des Bryant on Dallas against Green Bay here last weekend. Monday morning, I'm listening to all these guys on all the, sports, ESPNs, Fox, everybody, and they all got experts on from the rules office of the NFL, and the guy at the rules office is basically saying, well, if he would have just caught the ball and went down and not tried to make the touchdown, we wouldn't be talking about this today because it wasn't a complete pass when he went to reach out and try to get that ball over the goal line. It's like, what are they talking about? Then tell him he got a catch and he's at the 1 yard line. If that's your line of thinking, don't go ahead and call the whole thing an incomplete pass. It's ridiculous.
Well, 2 and 2 is 5.
I guess that's what it is.
Well, you said it earlier at the break. They penalized Des Bryant for trying to score.
Exactly. They penalize the guy for trying to score, which is what you're playing a ball game for, aren't you? Trying to reach that thing over and put that ball in the end zone.
Now this is propaganda. This is how I'm telling you this. Don't laugh. I mean, I've gone inside and out of this thing for the last 3 days, and this is the type of propaganda that is reminiscent of what's going on in the political side of the culture. This is people telling you, the economy's great. Well, wait a minute, we're broke. No, that's okay. It's $22 trillion in debt. No, that's all right. We're fine. That's all a part of this, and that all has to do with an uninformed citizenry.
There you go. There you go.
If you
we're
don't
drinking
know,
the Kool-Aid. We're drinking and accepting what we hear and not questioning anything.
Yeah. Everybody wants to celebrate Peyton Manning and all the nacho eaters and all the guacamole and all the onion dip people and all the Big Mac and the light beer for commercials and all of this stuff. All of these people, they don't care about anything other than getting their fix of the game. They want their injection mainlined, pure football. 24/7, 365. They don't care what it is, and anybody that gets in the way is the enemy. And you look at the sponsorship of pro football today. You look at they have so screwed into the mentality that is precise of American men today. You see the dopes. They come rushing through the door in these commercials with 6 hamburgers in their hand, and they sit down there and they start slugging down dip and all this stuff. They go into a frenzy. That's America. That's not just on a Sunday. That's every place. That's the country. They had and the commercialization of this. They've picked it out beautifully. I mean, it's hilarious to me. Now look, I'm looking over here at this thing that says the St. Louis Rams would be worth $2.5 to $3.5 billion the moment they move to Los Angeles.
So if they move to LA, their value goes way up.
And do you know, they're presently valued at $940. Right around the same as the Bills.
About $940 million. Gotcha.
Yeah, $940. And so, and the Bills sold for a $1.4 billion. $500 million.
So you're an owner in Green Bay or something. Do you allow the Rams to move into LA?
Of course. They were there before, and then this idiot moved.
Georgia Frontier.
Georgia's an idiot.
She's got to be an idiot. She moves from this market where it's worth more into a market
22nd marketplace in America, and devalued the team. They told her, and she says, "I don't care. I just want them to stop yelling at me." Honest to God, that's what I was told.
You played for her.
That's
she was your boss.
Told. I know it very well. I was told this. She threw a tantrum. She went to her room. She slammed the door, and she yelled through the door to John Shaw, "Sell it! We're moving!" And that's what they did.
Wow.
They said, "So long, L.A., we're going to St. Louis," and that was it.
If she were alive, she could have a spot in the Obama administration. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Two shows nightly. Drink the veal. This one. Thank you.
Well, the beautiful element of this is that the Kroenke will bring the Rams back, and they will be the highest, the most expensive team. They'll have an owner who owns the building and owns the property. They'll be in this number 2 market, and they will start to win games, and they'll be in the Super Bowl. And once they do that, right now it's the Dallas Cowboys, they say, is worth $3.2 billion.
Well, Stan Kroenke, who is the owner of the Rams, I mean, he also has ownership in this English Premier League soccer. He might play some soccer games at that new stadium, and that might go way up in value, too.
Well,
even though you and I are huge soccer fans.
Yeah.
Just thought I would throw that out there.
I'm going to have Stan hire me as a public relations guy.
There's the thing for you. That would be great. You need to go back to the Rams. That'll be great.
You should hire
What
me.
about this? The Broncos. Now I'm still feeling bad about this loss and the fact that they shut down Peyton Manning there at his quarterback job. What about this? Jack Del Rio has now left. He left him, and he's going to go make a deal as a new coach here with Oakland.
It doesn't make any difference. It's just another guy.
It won't help Oakland?
No, they're going to plug another guy into it.
Really?
Yeah. If they win, they win. Vikings are trying to get Adrian Peterson to, not be mad at him because they'll sue him. We'll figure that out. Adam Case, 36, wants to be the 49er coach. Good luck over there. Rodgers named Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay quarterback, named 2014 Pro Football Writers Association MVP.
He's got to get by the game this weekend, I'll tell you.
Marcus Mariota wisely leaving. Big men on big men, pal. I've always said this. Control the line of scrimmage. Break your will at the line of scrimmage. It's the same old story day in and day out as it was yesterday and today. Congratulations for Ohio State University. They came out there and they pounded the crap out of these guys at the line of scrimmage. And that did it. That's all you have to do. You anesthetize these guys with a good drubbing.
Straight ahead, we continue. It's the PM Show Weekend Edition on Sports with Fred Dreyer from CRN.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California. With the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. If you haven't been to Columbo's, you don't know what you're missing. Delicious food. The steaks on this side are fabulous. The seafood so fresh and flavorful. Columbo's family Italian specialties are Southern California legendary, and the meatballs, the best in the West, North, South, and East. Plus service that's friendly but not fawning, and jazz every night, and it's also affordable. That's what makes Columbo special, and they make special easy, whether for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's why when you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, making special easy every day. Columbo's, mangia.
I'm Aileen Ellis. Every January, I start thinking about April 15th, but today I've got a list of tax breaks you can file away until you need them. If you sell your home and you've lived in it 2 out of 5 years before the sale, you may not have to pay any taxes on the profit you make. A single filer can claim up to $250,000, a married couple filing jointly up to $500,000 in profit. People over age 50 can contribute a higher amount to their retirement accounts and deduct it from their income tax. Other possible deductions include fees for a safety deposit box, subscriptions to investment newsletters, money you pay a financial planner, and the cost of a home computer for investment needs. Remember, some states offer more tax relief than others. Wisconsin and Arizona don't tax Social Security benefits. Check out a map of tax-friendly states on AARP.org. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP.
PM Show Weekend Edition on Sports. I'm Michael Horn. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Fred Dreyer, football legend, acting superstar. So let's look at the weekend activity. We do this show live on Wednesdays at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. You can view us on the web at crntalk.com. In fact, check it out. You can check out all the past shows of Fred Dreyer. crntalk.com/Fred Dreyer. You'll get all the shows listed up there. Sundays, 2 games, 12:05 Pacific time, 3:05 Eastern. Packers are playing at Seattle. Seahawks by 7. I think the Seahawks will cover that 7.
I do too, depending on the instant replay and the rules and the possibility of the game being taken away from Seattle.
That's it. Then the late game, the 3:40 Pacific time, 6:40 game, is the Colts on the road playing the Patriots. Patriots favored by 6.5.
I think that's your better game.
I think it's going to be a good game.
I think that'll be a good game.
What do you think is going to happen there?
I'm going to take the points.
I'm going Indianapolis as well. I'll take the points.
Take the points. What I saw of Indianapolis on the road, I do think that Andrew Luck has come of age. As
he can be up and down, but he's looking pretty solid to me these days. He's been pretty good into this game.
I think he's very capable. He's not intimidated. I think he's ready for the next step. I thought their offensive line played very well against their defensive ends. And they did a great job of jumping up on the receivers and taking those guys away from them right away, making Peyton Manning hold the ball a little bit more. He forced a lot of stuff. His leg was hurt, so he threw off of his back foot a lot. It's tough to follow through, when your legs are hurt. But I just think that of these four teams left, I think the two best teams are probably New England and probably Seattle.
Seattle, I agree.
Yeah, probably.
That could be a good Super Bowl, too.
Yeah, okay.
I think the Colts will play them tough, though, the Patriots.
Yeah, so I won't be surprised the Colts win.
Do you have a problem with, everybody likes Pete Carroll. He's the oldest coach in the league, and he's turned around Seattle, and he did a good job with USC, but he got caught up. He never really paid the fiddler for all those violations that USC had where they were penalized as a college football team. Do you think he should have escaped? I mean, he just quit and left town real quick. And
what should he have done? Stayed there?
I think he should have said, hey, I knew what was going on here today, and I think he should have paid the fiddler with everybody else that got penalized. Obviously, he knew what was happening. You don't think he didn't know about the violations?
I'm sure everybody knew.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody knew. And
so he leaves and escapes, and there's not one reporter says, hey, Pete, tell us about this. Did you know about it?
Here's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
I'm going to ask, if I'm a reporter, I'm going to ask Reggie. I'm going to dog Reggie.
Reggie Bush, who was caught up in this deal, yeah.
I'm going to dog him and ask him to clarify the rumor. It was more than a rumor. That the guy that blew the whistle on Reggie taking money and gifts, and his parents taking a house from this guy with the promise that he would be his agent when he went into pro football. I want him to ask, if you just give me $300,000 back, if you give me the money back that I put out, so I could have you as a client. If you give that back to me, I'll say nothing. And Reggie said, go pump sand.
And so you think that's the guy that...
So he shot his mouth off and sunk the school.
Sunk the whole school, yeah.
5 years worth.
Yeah.
That screwed this school.
They still haven't really dug out of it.
5 years.
Yeah.
This weasel. And I'm glad to see that he's having a mediocre career, that bum. That's a terrible thing to do. He just said,
Reggie Bush.
Yes, all I have to do is say, you know something, I'm going to pay the piper. Just here's some money. Don't cause anybody a hardship. I love the school.
That's a good way to look at it.
He's persona non grata, as is O.J. Simpson.
All right, that's our show, everybody. If you missed anything, go to our website, crntalk.com. Check out Fred Dryer. You can email Fred incoming at crntalk.com, facebook.com/the real Fred Dryer, Twitter, Fred_Dryer. Final thoughts from Fred Dryer.
I'm very happy to be with you, as I always am, for this new year. And please, drive safely. See you next time.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. And you can listen to us on nearly any platform and device. Download to your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry episodes of What's Cookin'. And take Master Sommelier Michael Jordan with you to the wine shop so he can help you pick out that perfect bottle of wine. Stream episodes of the Sonoma Wine Report through our CRN app, TuneIn Radio, Nobex, Stitcher, UTunes, or AHA Radio, and start planning that unforgettable weekend in the wine country. They're in your corner on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and many other apps. And of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. For more information on where to listen to these great shows, along with many others, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. An Ohio man has been arrested in a plot to attack the U.S. Capitol and kill government officials inside the building. A criminal complaint